Heinz Field and the OU softball complex in Norman. It's the annual Courtyard Marriott Invitational and game number 2 on the day for the 4th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners as they take on the 11th-ranked Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana, with each of these teams having already beaten 25th-ranked Oregon State on the day. Welcome upstairs to the booth alongside former Sooner National champ Tori Nerschel. I'm Chad McKee. Ragin' Cajuns won earlier today over Oregon State 8-0. The Sooners beat the Beavers 3-0. It seems as though Oklahoma may have to take advantage of some opportunities they didn't take advantage of in game 1 today. How important is that going to be?
Oh, it's going to be huge. That was a very good Oregon State team that we faced. We saw some really great pitching. We did a good job setting ourselves up for scoring opportunities, getting some good hard hits that just didn't really amount to anything. But facing an even better Louisiana team, we're going to need to find a way to push those runs that are left on base across as runs. So it's going to be huge for us to find a way to just string things together and capitalize here in this game too.
Bundling up is Jerry Glasgow, second-year head coach of the Ragin' Cajuns, come in ranked number 11. Former associate head coach at Auburn, assistant coach at Georgia, Texas A&M as well. You see 55-18 so far in 2 seasons. A very aggressive offense. They are second in the country in stolen bases. They've stolen 68 bases in 73 attempts. Kara Grimion, Keely Milligan, and Alyssa Dalton. Then it's Bailey Curry and Sarah Hudek. Julie Rawls will bat and play catcher. She'll hit 6th. Then Raina O'Neill, Lexi Como, and Cassidy Shomo. The 9 for the Ragin' Cajuns. We are ready to go. Sooners in game number 1, it was Mariah Lopez. Here it is Giselle G. Juarez, the reigning national pitcher of the week. She deals a strike to Grimion. Kara Grimion, senior from Gonzales, Louisiana, 2-time first-team All-Sun Belt performer. Hits this one in the air to right. And Jocelyn Allo makes the opening putout for the Sooners. We'll bring in Keely Milligan. Allo starts out there in right field. So how about G. Juarez? 14 strikeouts in 6 innings against BYU, and then 11 strikeouts against 14th-ranked Arizona. She's a transfer from Arizona State, where she was an NFCA first-team All-American and first-team All-Pac-12. She was 26-6 with 305 strikeouts and 13 shutouts last year at Arizona State. And what an impact she's made as an Oklahoma Sooner to this point.
Oh, tremendous. I mean, first of all, coming back in with that trademark Sooner lefty pitcher role. I love seeing that again after, you know, the 2 pages left us last year. But, I mean, coming in with that expertise that not a lot of young pitchers get to bring to the table.
She is our Sooner to watch, presented by OU Extended Campus. That in the hole, and Milligan beats the Rap at first base. Keely Milligan shows you some of that speed that this team has. Milligan is 24 for 24 in stolen bases. And she beats that one out at first base. So 1 away. Milligan, who, as we said, is perfect on stolen bases this year. And here's Alyssa Dalton, the shortstop. Dalton, the .341 hitter.
Interesting look here. We have a pitcher who's transferring into OU against a hitter who transferred out of OU.
There goes Milligan. The throw skitters out into center field, and Keely Milligan is 25 out of 25 in stolen bases.
And she is quick.
They are sending her to the dugout. Out. So she's called out now, and we're going to have a disagreement here and an argument from Coach Glasgow.
Saying that she left early.
Mm-hmm. And that's why the discussion is over there with our first base umpire. It's Terry Holt who said that Milligan left first base early before the pitch was made. So she's out for the second out. Let's get a look at it. This will be a good look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
She's off well before the ball came out of the hand of Juarez. The conversation continues with the third base ump, Bubba Ewald. Larry Nagel is behind the plate for this game. Now the umpires want to talk a little more. Larry Nagel and Terry Holt are talking right now. I think it's a good call. And
oh, that was clearly the right call. I mean, she needs to keep at least 1 foot on the bag until that ball is completely released from the pitcher's hand, and she had at least 1 full step, maybe even a step and a half off the base before G even released. When it's happening in real time, it's kind of hard to see, especially if you're trying to watch both at the same time, but that was definitely the right call.
Good job by our camera crew to be able to catch both home plate and first base and see that indeed Milligan left early. Bases empty, 2 gone, and here is Alyssa Dalton, the former Sooner, as you alluded to just a moment ago, Tori. Batting in the number 3 spot. She was on the Sooner national title team of 2017. Last year was the Sun Belt Newcomer of the Year and first team all conference. Hit .406. 2-0, waved at and missed. So Giselle Juarez, the transfer from Arizona State, what makes her so good? Why has she been such a fast starter at Oklahoma?
Well, I mean, deception for one. I mean, she's great at spinning that ball, great pitch placement. She knows where she wants to throw, and she's able to get it there every single time, it seems. And obviously in this whole staff scenario that we have, and in the way that the Sooners are, you know, matching up their pitchers, she's a great contrast to what we see from some of our other big pitching spots.
And a walk to Dalton with 2 gone here. That brings in Bailey Curry, the cleanup batting first baseman. Bailey Curry out of Frankfort, Kentucky, and a transfer from Toledo. Louisiana has perfected the art of transfers. It's a roster full of players who came from other schools. This one fouled out of play by Bailey Curry. Curry, a .447 hitter, 2 home runs and 16 runs batted in. Dalton at first, 2 down. Big swing and a miss there. Threw it right past her. 1-1. Just missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's hit foul and out of play. Count stays 2-2.
Good job by Curry to foul that off. That's a pitch that I think we see a lot of swing and misses by, just because it looks so good. And similar to Mariah Lopez's rise ball, though, it has a few miles per hour off the velocity. G's just tends to float right out of the zone.
Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. A single and a walk, but 1 left stranded by Juarez. We'll give you the Sooner batting lineup when we come back to Norman. Gasso and the Sooners headed out for the bottom of the first inning. Coach Gasso is turning on that heated jacket that she has beneath her parka out there. It is a very brisk night here in Norman. Four-time national champion, Hall of Fame head coach, and her loves travel stops. Starting lineup: Clifton, Allo, Romero, Aviu, Green, Knighton, Grace Lyons, then Lindsay Elam and Nicole Mendez. Kaylee Clifton leading things off against Summer Ellison, starting pitcher for the Ragin' Cajuns. Clifton hits this one foul, and that'll get out of play. Kaylee was 0 for 4 in the earlier game, batting .333 coming into this one. Ellison is a junior from Lafeyette. First team All Sun Belt a year ago. Preseason the Sun Belt Conference Pitcher of the Year. And the 1-2, Clifton takes down and away. Summer Ellison 9-2 on the season. This is her 12th appearance. All of them starts. With a 9-2 record and an ERA of 1.26. Pulled just outside the bag at third. Count stays 2-2. Ragin' Cajuns had actually lost 2 straight. They started the season 14-0. Then lost to North Texas and Baylor before beating Oregon State earlier today in that 8-0 run rule. Payoff pitch to Clifton. Pulled in the hole at short. Backhand attempt by Dalton, but it's off the heel of her glove. Kaylee Clifton is safe at first base.
Rolled over a little bit, but got enough of that bat on the ball that hit with enough velocity to cause that little fumble there.
And here is Jocelyn Allo. Had an RBI double in the first game for the Sooners. Scored a base hit there for Kaylee Clifton, her first of the day. Allo takes upstairs from Summer Ellison. And that's in there for a called strike. Allo batting .391. 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. The double in the first game of the day was her third. Kind of ran through the numbers on Summer Ellison with a 1.26 ERA, 76 strikeouts and only 10 walks. 1-2 to Allo. Allo lifts this one. First base side. Bailey Curry in fair territory. Catches out number 1. That'll bring in Sydney Romero, who had 2 hits, including a home run in the earlier game. Off to a great start. .423 batting average. 6 home runs, 14 runs batted in. And there's a strike from Summer Ellison. One and one now. The Sooners 4 national championships. What a tradition, though, the Ragin' Cajuns have built. 6 Women's College World Series appearances, 7 NCAA Super Regionals. Turned into a power down in Lafeyette. 2 balls and a strike to Romero. Lafeyette is on deck. There goes Clifton. One hopper right back to Ellison. Safe at second base, and out at first base will be Romero. So starting the runner kept the Sooners out of a double play.
Looks like it was a hit and run situation. Sid did a good job hitting that ball on the ground. Cece getting a good jump off the bag so she could get there safely. Unfortunately, Sid not able to get down the line quite in time. But still, job well done putting that runner in scoring position.
So Kaylee Clifton at second with 2 down for Lafeyette. Slices this one foul and out of play. Lafeyette was 1 for 4 in the earlier game. Batting .349 for the season. Rips this one deep into right center field, and it's gone. Lafeyette launches one out of here. 2-0 Oklahoma.
Love that from her. Looks like she got all of that pitch. Middle inside offering it looked to be. Did a great job getting her hips clear and her top hand through the zone. Beautiful.
And that home run is presented by Riverwind. Still the one. Oklahoma out to a 2-0 lead on Lafeyette's second home run of the season. RBIs 8 and 9. So the Sooners have hit 2 home runs on the day. One by Romero in the first game, and this one by Lafeyette. Here's Grace Green. One and one to the freshman Sooner first baseman. 0 for 1 officially, but did score a run in the first game. She's driven in 8, hit 2 home runs. The 1-1 in the air, high fly ball, left field, caught by Milligan. Inning is over, but Oklahoma gets on the board in a big way in the bottom of the first inning. Lafeyette, how do you like the view from out in the center field bleachers? 2-0 Oklahoma, moving to the second. When Jerry Cole's softball team back, or I should say Patty Gasso's softball team back for a pair of games tomorrow against these same 2 teams. So now the Ragin' Cajuns try to come from behind. Sarah Hudek, Julie Rawls, and Raina O'Neill against Giselle G. Juarez. Hudek, a junior from Sugar Land, Texas, transferred from Texas A&M. .20 fouled out of play. 2 years at Texas A&M for Hudak, batted .329, and was on the SEC All-Defensive Team and All-Freshman Team. Has hit a pair of home runs with a .383 batting average this season. Lindsey Elam out to visit with Juarez. Saw Mariah Lopez pitch the first game, 6 innings, 5 hits, and 8 strikeouts. And now Juarez for this. What a luxury it is, this pitching staff that Oklahoma has. (3-1) to Hudak. High drive, deep center field, ranging back Mendez, and this one is gone. A solo home run for Sarah Hudak, and that slashes the Sooner lead in half at 2-1.
And she left most of that ball over the plate, and Hudak did a great job capitalizing on that opportunity she gave her. Something a little high in the zone, but pretty flat. She did a great job getting her hips and hands through and extending all the way through the ball. Great piece of hitting.
Third home run, 14th RBI of the year for Sarah Hudak. Here's Julie Rawls, the catcher. Only the 11th run that Juarez has given up this season, as Romero comes in to take care of the first out here in the second, retiring Rawls. So now how do you respond if you're Juarez? Well, you get 1 pitch and 1 out, and right back on track.
Love it.
Raina O'Neal, the center fielder, is the batter. O'Neal is a transfer from Texas Tech. Sat out last year, observing the NCAA transfer rule, but started all 55 games at Texas Tech 2 years ago and led them with 12 home runs. Sarah Hudak has a home run here for the Ragin' Cajuns. Folly of You hit a 2-run home run for the Sooners in the first. One and 2 the count on O'Neal. O'Neal's hit 4 home runs, driven in 15. Juarez is 1-2, swung on and missed, 2 down. Second strikeout for Juarez.
Love that little bounce back. Beautiful spot.
Base is empty, 2 down, and Lexi Como is the batter. Como, senior from Tomball, Texas. .432 hitter coming into the day. Second team All Sun Belt Conference, and she sends this one foul, out of play, and the count is even at 1-1. Como has also done some catching in her career with the Ragin' Cajuns. She's down in the count 1-2 against Juarez. Fouled out of play. Count remains 1-2 on Como. Como was 0 for 2 in the first game of the day for Louisiana. Just got a piece of that one, and it stays 1-2. And the Elam out to visit with Juarez. These players still getting used to each other. Juarez new from Arizona State. She just came in the spring, in fact. Hard hit, one hopper, but Romero hangs in there and gets the out. That was a rocket hit right at Sid Romero. A home run by Hudek has the Ragin' Cajuns on the board, but the Sooners lead 2-1. Sooner softball is presented by the OU Extended Campus. Degrees online, on-site, on your schedule. Become the tradition. Visit pacs.ou.edu. 2-1 Sooners on top. To the bottom of the second we go. Shea Knighton leading things off. One and one on Shea Knighton. She was 0 for 1 with a walk in the first game, batting .452. The most outstanding player of the 2017 Women's College World Series. Low and away. Knighton, then Lyons and Elam here in the Sooner second. In the air, deep left field. Milligan is back, and it's gone way out of here. Shea Knighton crushes a home run, and it's 3-1 Sooners.
Oh, bye ball. She got all of that one.
So the Sooners hit their second home run in this game, their third on the day.
She did a great job letting that ball get deep, having a nice short angle to it, creating that backspin. You can tell it just jumps off her bat. Love it.
Third home run of the season for Shea Knighton, and that home run is presented by Riverwind. Still the one. 3-1 Sooners on top, and we may be looking at an early pitching change for the Ragin' Cajuns, and we are. Jerry Glasgow going to go to his bullpen in only the second inning for Summer Ellison, and she gives way to Carrie Boswell, sophomore from Alexandria, Louisiana. It's 3-2 a season ago. So far this year, Boswell 3-0 with a 1.66 ERA, her 7th appearance and her 5th appearance out of the bullpen. She faces Grace Lyons. So Ellison goes just 1 inning plus. Gives 3 runs on 3 hits, the 2 home runs, one by Avieu and one by Knighton. You see Boswell's numbers. Three and 1 to Lyons. Ball 4. A walk to Lyons. Fifth walk issued this season by Boswell. And it brings in the Sooner catcher, Lindsey Elam. This will be fielded by Boswell. They get the out at first base. But Lyons moves into scoring position for the Sooners.
Love it, executing her job, finding a way to get that runner to second base. Setting it up for Nicole Mendez.
Mendez was 0 for 1 with a walk in the first game. Batting .350. So the Sooners have posted 6 runs total today, 4 of them coming via the home run. That's smashed all the way to the wall. It's going to roll. Lions will easily score, and it's an RBI double for Nicole Mendez. 4-1 Sooners.
Fantastic. This is exactly what we were talking about in the pregame. I mean, when you have a runner on base, finding a way to just push them from station to station. I mean, that huge bump by Elam, pushing her to second base, and then Nicole coming out huge and finding a way to get that runner to score.
Lions all the way around. 2 more runs on 2 hits for the Sooners in a 4-1 lead. Back to the top of the order for Kaylee Clifton, who singled and then scored on Fale Aview's home run in the first. For Mendez, that was her first double and her 7th RBI this season. See Kaylee Clifton, 55 times in her career she's been hit by a pitch. Sooner record. How many times were you hit? Can you remember, Tori?
Oh, gosh.
Remember each and every one of them?
I remember a handful, the ones that stung especially bad. I think mine were probably in the low 20s. High teens, low 20s.
That one nearly hit her. And it's 3-1. The human bruise, Kaylee Clifton. Only been hit by pitch twice this year. 3-1. Rifles this one foul up onto the indoor facility. 3-2. Sooners having some much better swings here in game 2.
Yeah, they seem, I'm going to say, much more purposeful. Not to say that they looked, lackadaisical or unfocused in the first game, but they definitely seem to have another level of purpose and intent behind their swings in this game here, which is very encouraging to see.
Payoff to Kaylee Clifton. Ball 4. Patty Gasso now watches Jocelyn Allo stand in. Allo popped up to the first baseman Bailey Curry her first time. .383 hitter on the season is Jocelyn. 2 home runs, had an RBI double in the first game today. Raging Cajuns with an early pitching change, bringing in Carrie Boswell, replacing Summer Ellison. Allo takes a strike.
good opportunity to bust this one open right here. I mean, the most discouraging thing is as a team, having your starting pitcher get taken out and then immediately that new pitcher coming in and struggling off the bat.
Boswell has given 2 walks and a double since coming on for Ellison. But if you're the Sooners, you probably want to keep posting runs. This is a Louisiana team that's top 10 in the country in both batting average and runs per game. Score nearly 9 runs per game on average. 3-1 to Allo.
Everybody clap your hands.
Jocelyn, 30 home runs last year, tied Oklahoma's single season record. Hit .420, drove in 72 runs. And this is hit toward right, tracked down for the second out of the inning. Hit that one fairly well, did Allo. Hudek runs it down. And runners are at first and second with 2 down for Sidney Romero. Romero hit one back to the pitcher at the time, Ellison, her first time up. Sid homered earlier today and doubled. She is the reigning Big 12 Player of the Week. It's what she did last week, 533, 2 home runs, 8 runs scored. So far today, a pair of hits, including a home run. Mendez is at second base after her RBI double. Kaylee Clifton is at first. .30 is in there from Carrie Boswell. Boswell also hits a little bit, and that's out into right field. Gathered up by Hudek, rounding third, headed to the plate, and scoring is Mendez. It'll be an RBI base hit for Romero, and it's 5-1 Sooners. Boy, what a tear Sidney Romero is on.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, she just has another level of fire to her play so far this season. I mean, we saw a lot of that last season as well, but call it senior season, leadership mentality, whatever you want to attribute it to. She just seems to have, you know, another nth degree of focus to her swing and to her play, and, I mean, it's translating to some phenomenal results.
So Romero doubled and homered in the first game, adds an RBI single to that here, and that one came in and brushed Fale of View. She'll go to first base. That's supposed to happen to Kaylee Clifton.
Fale gets hit a good amount as well. Now that I'm thinking about it, she's not afraid to wear a pitch.
Third time that a View has been hit by a pitch this year. Bases are loaded now. Romero at second. Ninth batter of the inning is Grace Green. Sooners have plated 3 runs. They've gotten a little bit of help. Green takes ball 1 and the count is even. Three runs on 3 hits here in the inning. Grace Green flied out to left in the first. That'll make it 2-1. Jerry Glasgow, Raging Cajuns coach, not happy with the strike zone of the plate umpire Larry Nagel. Now they're going to have a more heated conversation here. But that last pitch, you could hear him say, where was that last one? Outside. That got Larry Nagel's attention. And now Terry Holt, the first base umpire, walks down. So things heating up, and now Larry Nagel goes over to say something to Patty Gasso. What do we have here, Tori?
I'm not sure what's going on here. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to dispute, but whatever's going on, great opportunity for Grace Green right here. I mean, bases loaded, hitters count, green light.
That one's low, 3-1. Clifton at third, Romero at second, a view at first, and that one is fouled back, 3-2. Payoff pitch, bases loaded, 2 down, and it's headed home. We'll do it all over again. Kerry Boswell had pitched the fewest innings of the main pitchers used by Louisiana this year. Just 12 2/3 innings coming in. Another 3-2. Pulled to third, picked up by Gremillon. She'll take it to the bag, and the inning is over. Sooners get 3 runs on 3 hits and lead 5-1 moving to the third. Well, look into the Sooner dugout, and you see new associate head coach and Sooner pitching coach Jennifer Rocha, former Sooner player and graduate assistant. She had been at Florida for 9 seasons, or 9 Women's College World Series appearances, 2 national titles with Tim Walton down there. Sooners so thankful to have Jen Rocha back in the fold here. Kalani Ricketts on staff as well, the former 2-time National Player of the Year. And Delaney Gorley is also on this staff. Great pitcher at Florida, down there with Jen Rocha. And now they are both at Oklahoma, helping with this pitching staff. And so far, so good. Saw a terrific performance from Mariah Lopez earlier. Giselle Juarez is the reigning National Pitcher of the Week. And she's back to work here in the 3rd inning. Cassidy Shomo takes a strike, and the count is even at 1-1. Shomo is out of Moss Bluff, Louisiana. Swung on and missed. Ever been to Moss Bluff, Louisiana?
I haven't. Have you?
I've not. Perhaps I need to. There's Delaney Gorley hiding down there at the end of the dugout. 2-time national champ at Florida. She's a graduate student manager. That one brushed Shomo back out of the way. 2-2 the count. Delaney Gorley pitched against the Sooners in the Women's College World Series. Two, swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout for Juarez.
She's really doing a masterful job, painting those corners when necessary. Just off just off the plate enough where it looks good. Bait her into swinging. Great placement.
Kara Grimion in the leadoff spot. The third baseman back up there. Grimion's sister Courtney Grimion also on this team. Not in the lineup for this game though, Courtney. In the air to right in foul ground is Allo to make the catch for the second out. That will bring in Keely Milligan. Keely Milligan singled and stole a base for a moment and then was ruled out that she left first base early. She had been perfect on stolen bases this year, but called for leaving first base early. And she bats with the bases empty and 2 gone. Pushes a bunt foul. 0-2. Juarez glances down at that wristband. 0-2 pitch. And now the 1-2 slashed foul. And that'll get out of play. What a great crowd we've had all day long. Temperatures are in the, well, now probably low 30s. Nowhere above about 35 or 36 all day. And many of these fans have been out here since about 1 o'clock. So they're going on 5+ hours. You can see the water vapor produced. The breath you can see from the players. That is how chilly it is here in Norman today. You have a good cold weather game story, Tori? Can you remember out there when you could see, being out there when you could see your breath?
Oh gosh, quite a few times. Not so many necessarily here in Norman, but several road games. Iowa State was rough.
Yeah, that could be. Sooners try their best. You play as many warm weather games to start the year as possible. First 15 games on the road, but man, these fans love to see this team. Strike 3 called, inning over. Juarez works a 1-2-3 third inning, including a pair of strikeouts, and the Sooners lead it 5-1. Bottom of the third coming your way from Marita Hines Field in Norman, and the Sooners on top 5-1 over the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Shea Knighton leads things off. Shea hit a leadoff home run in the second. Sooners sent 9 batters to the plate, got 3 runs on 3 hits. Knighton takes a strike. Changed some things about weight training and even the cleats that Shea Knighton wears to help her legs feel a little better. Less time in spikes, more time in the turf shoes. Ball and 2 strikes to Shea. That's hit hard out into left. Dunks down in front of Keely Milligan. Shea Knighton is 2 for 2 in this one.
All up in the zone. She did a great job getting her bat on top of it. Strong top hand, powering it through.
Former teammates for a couple of national championships talking over there at first base. Here's Lyons, who walked and scored on a double by Mendez in the second. Showed bunt, pulled it back, and Lyons takes ball 2. Sooners with 6 hits now. Two home runs in this game, one by a view, one by Knighton. That's right past Patty Gasso outside the third base box. Grace Lyons, the Sooner freshman who grew up a baseball player, has that rocket arm of a baseball shortstop. Batting .303 for her freshman year. The 3-1 from Boswell. 3-2. Good job to spoil that pitch. Been talking about the fans all day. How about 1,520 fans braving the chilly temperatures here in Norman? Hats off to all of them.
Absolutely.
.3-2 fouled off again. Good battle here from Grace Lyons.
I know we've talked about it a little bit before in game 1 today, but the composure that we've seen from these two freshmen in this starting lineup is pretty impressive, honestly. See that composure through at bats like these, tough counts and finding a way to battle.
Another 3-2, waved at and missed. Dropped third strike though by Rawls, and everybody will be safe.
Love that hustle. I mean, swinging at a ball in the dirt, instinctually just knowing to run. With the runner on first.
First base occupied and less than 2 outs. Runner is out, though Knighton will advance to second base. They always fool you when they do that. And now Patty Gasso walking down the line, and I think we may have a pinch hitter here. Indeed we will. It'll be Kylie Lundberg pinch hitting for Lindsey Elam. So Kylie Lundberg, who will figure into the outfield mix this year, drove in a dozen runs last year, had 4 multi-RBI games. And she can really be a potent hitter. So she bats with Shea Knighton in scoring position and 1 down in the third. Downstairs and away a little bit.
We were talking in game 1 about how composed Aaliyah Flores is in that pinch hit role, but Kylie Lundberg is just as composed. She knows what she's looking for and is waiting until she finds it. But I love those active takes we see from her. Those hips are firing. Even though she chooses not to swing, you can tell that she's all over it and ready to swing when that pitch is there.
2 out of 9 this year. 13th game in which Kylie Lundberg has appeared. Lundberg takes that one inside, 3-1. Nicole Mendez on deck. Boswell came on in the second inning after Summer Ellison gave up a leadoff home run to Shea Knighton. Boswell's given up a pair of singles and a double since coming on. And there's ball 4. Good patient at bat there from Kylie Lundberg.
Absolutely. Sometimes in that pinch hit roll, you get your opportunity. You're a little anxious and trying to swing a little bit prematurely. She did a great job staying patient. She saw a couple pitches that were good but weren't, I guess, what she was looking for. So great job by her to see that at bat through, even with that tough full count.
Now Nicole Mendez had an RBI double, her 7th RBI of the year, and her first double in her first at bat in this game. Boy, you tuck her down there in the number 9 spot in the lineup. Know what she's capable of. All-American as a freshman, Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Batted over 400. 1-1 the count on Nicole.
Yeah, I like to think of that number 9 spot as the second leadoff, and when Nicole is able to get on base because she has that speed, great option to have her, you know, on base for Kaylee Clifton.
Rolled toward first base. Curry will step on the bag. The runners will each move up, and so it'll be 2 runners in scoring position with 2 down. Back to the top of the order for Kaylee Clifton. Kaylee's been on twice. She singled and then scored on Folly of View's home run in the first. Then Clifton walked in the second. The 0-1. Ripped out into left field for a base hit. Knighton is in to score. Throw comes back in quickly from Keely Milligan. That will stop Lundberg at third. But Kaylee Clifton comes through with her second hit of the day. And the Sooners lead 6-1.
Clutch.
Sooners tack on a run on 2 hits here in the third. Jocelyn Allo coming to the plate. Got a ball that came out of the Ragin' Cajun bullpen. So they get that taken care of. And the Sooners struggled with runners in scoring position in the first game today. They've done a better job of it so far here in the nightcap. They are 4 for 10 with runners on base and 4 out of 7 with runners in scoring position. And Allo has a chance to add to that. She's 0 for 2 in this game. Doubled in the first game. One 0 base hit into left field. That chases home Lundberg, and it's 7-1.
Doing a much better job this game capitalizing on those scoring opportunities like we were talking about in a pregame. Setting up the table, getting runners on base, and then finding ways just to get some solid singles through the infield, scoring those runs.
Well, are we going to have another pitching change? I think we are. So the Ragin' Cajuns will go to the bullpen for the second time in this game. We will tell you about the new Louisiana pitcher when we return. Sooners on top 7-1 and looking for more here in the bottom of the third. So the Raging Cajuns go to the bullpen for the second time in this game. They go to Allison DeVille, who has not pitched very much at all this season. In fact, we told you that amongst the 3 pitchers primarily used this year, Boswell was the least used. Well, DeVille has been used even less than that. In fact, she's only pitched an inning this year. Has not given up anything, but has not pitched very much. And she's thrown into the fire against Sid Romero. Runners at first and second and 2 gone. But she deals a strike very calmly. Or at least it looked calm. Her guts may be churning. Romero has singled earlier in this game, driving in a run. And the 0-1 is outside. Two more runs on 3 more hits for the Sooners here in the third. In the air, right field. The second baseman Shomo is out and makes the catch. The inning is over. So DeVille does the job. She gets the third out, but the Sooners tack on 2 more runs and lead 7-1 moving to the fourth. Alyssa Dalton leads things off for the Raging Cajuns as we move to the fourth. And Giselle Juarez deals a strike. Juarez worked a 1-2-3 third the last time we saw her. Juarez so far 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run with 4 strikeouts and a walk. Dalton, Curry, and Hudak 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup for Louisiana here. Dalton walked back in the first. Dalton has to skip rope out of the way of that one. 3 balls and a strike. And time called again. Dalton fouls this one out of play on 3-1. Alyssa Dalton made only 8 errors last year, hit .406. Was the Sun Belt Conference Newcomer of the Year. Down on strikes, Juarez couldn't have put that in a better spot.
Oh, yeah. Picturesque.
Fourth strikeout for Giselle Juarez. The thing Patty Gasso says about Juarez, why she is so effective. Terrific at hitting spots and setting up hitters. Doesn't just blow everybody away. Curry tried to check her swing. It's a strike anyway. Bailey Curry struck out looking against Juarez back in the first. The 1-1 pitch to Curry. Did she go around? No swing, says first base umpire Terry Holt. I don't think she intended to swing, but I'm not so sure that bat didn't go through the strike zone.
Yeah, sometimes when you get that momentum going, it's hard to stop.
2-1 a little bit outside.
It's a good miss right there.
Sarah Hudak is on deck. She homered her first time. In the air to right. Allo won't reach it. It rattles off the wall. And it'll be a base hit for Bailey Curry with 1 out of the 4th.
Did a great job with that pitch, letting it get a little deep. Especially with it being up in the zone, getting her bat on top of it and powering it through that middle right side.
Raging Cajuns will run for Curry. I believe it's Courtney Grimion, the sister of Kara Grimion, who is running at first. And it is Courtney Grimion running for Curry at first base. And Hudak, who belted a solo home run to lead off the second inning, is the batter. 3 hits now for the Raging Cajuns as you look at Grimion running at first base. Hudak's home run was her 3rd of the year, 14th RBI. And Juarez's 1-1 pitch fouled back. Hudak, the Texas A&M transfer. First season at Louisiana. Juarez misses upstairs. That's hit well and underneath the glove of Allo. Grimion races to third and is going to be thrown out. So Allo comes up with it, and Grimion did not get a good turn around second base. Let's look again.
Oh, it looks like Allo got a little tied up trying to read that ball. Good effort by her, but even better, finding a way to keep herself composed, pick it up, and try to make the next out.
I don't know. Grimion didn't get a good turn or just wasn't going hard to third base.
Yeah, I mean, she might have been frozen. I mean, just as Jocelyn was having a tough time reading that ball, she was probably having a tough time reading Jocelyn.
2 down, and here is Rawls. Hudak able to make second base on that play as Grimion was being thrown out at third. Rawls popped up to Sid Romero at third her first time. And she's down in the count 0-2 against Juarez. Sooners are scheduled to play 2 more tomorrow at 2 o'clock and 4:30, just as they did today. Strike 3 as Juarez gets her 2nd strikeout of the inning and her 5th of this ball game. Raging Cajuns get 2 hits but leave 1 on the base pass, and the Sooners carry a 7-1 lead to the bottom of the 4th inning. Sooner softball is presented by OU Extended Campus. Allison DeVille is back out there. She threw 2 pitches and got the final out in the 3rd. The 3rd pitcher employed by the Raging Cajuns so far today. Welcome back alongside Tori Nerschel. I'm Chad McKee. 7-1 Sooners. Folly of View bunts one. The pop-up is caught by the catcher Julie Rawls for the first out. The element of surprise, right, after Folly homered in her first at bat.
Not a bad idea. Looks like she was running towards first a little before she ensured she got the bunt down.
Now Grace Green, 0 for 2 in this game. She's flying to left and grounded to third. Oh, and 2 now. Grace Green batting .350 as she stands in. The 0-2 is upstairs. Two balls and 2 strikes. Sooners started the scoring in the bottom of the first. Folly of You, a 2-run home run. Sarah Hudak homered in the second for the Ragin' Cajuns. The Sooners have added 5 more since then. Right back to DeVille. Underhanded flip for out number 2 in the 4th. Well, how about DeVille? She's retired all 3 batters that she's faced.
Yeah, great outing.
And now she's pitched 2 full innings on the season and given nothing. Shea Knighton is 2 for 2 with a homer, a base hit, and 2 runs scored. And there's strike 2 to Shea Knighton. Sometimes maybe you see a pitcher you haven't seen or there's not much of a scouting report on, and for a few innings they could be really effective.
Absolutely, buying them some time.
Knighton ropes this one to right. Hudak back to the warning track to pull it in. And Allison DeVille has retired all 4 batters she's faced. We'll see if the Ragin' Cajuns offense can rally as we move to the 5th. (7-1) Sooners as we move on down the line to the 5th inning. Ragin' Cajuns will send the lower third of the lineup to the plate against Giselle Juarez here in the 5th. Juarez so far 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run with a walk and 6 strikeouts. Raina O'Neill, center fielder, leads off. O'Neill struck out back in the 2nd. Nothing in 2. The 0-2 pitch, a little flare that's foul outside the right field line. O'Neill was 0 for 2 in the first game, so 0 for 3 on the day. Ragin' Cajuns beat Oregon State 8-0. And a ball and 2 strikes. Juarez is 1-2, tapped, foul. Couldn't tell if that came up and hit her or not.
I couldn't tell. It looked and sounded to me like she just rolled over and it hit the ground. right in front of her, but maybe it did get a little piece of her.
Count stays 1-2. That's driven to deep right center field, and it gets wedged between the wall and the warning track. Up with it, Mendez fires it back in. It's a leadoff double in the 5th, though, for Raina O'Neill.
It's a great hit. That ball left pretty much right over the plate and flat. Great opportunity for her to get a good piece of it, and she did.
So a standing double for O'Neill. That's her 4th double of the year. Here's Lexi Como. Como grounded out to 3rd back in the 2nd inning. .400 hitter is Como. That one is fouled up third base way. Giselle Juarez with a 1-1. Good off-speed pitch. Como way out in front of it. 1-2 now. Popped up right field. Allo will squeeze it. O'Neill tagged up at 2nd and bluffed to move toward 3rd. Sooners take care of that quickly. And O'Neill scampers back to 2nd base with 1 down.
Good job. Jocelyn did a good job getting herself set up behind that ball. She had plenty of time because the ball hung in the air for a long time. Getting behind it so she could come through and add a little bit extra velocity on that throw, keeping her at 2nd.
So Lexi Como is followed by Cassidy Shomo, who pops one up on the infield, and it's caught by Grace Lyons. 2 down. Back to the top of the order. Kara Grimion will be the batter, and she's 0 for 2. A little bit low and away, and a ball and a strike to Grimion. Julie Rawls was the hitting star of the first game of the day for the Ragin' Cajuns, and she drove in 4. That included a double. 2-1 here on Grimion. Fly ball, right center field. Mendez slides and makes the catch. Inning over. Nicole Mendez ranging back. Beg your pardon, that's Reagan Rogers who had come in defensively for the Sooners, chasing this ball down in the gap in right center field. 7-1 Sooners at the 5th inning stretch in Norman. Sooners lead the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana 7-1. So we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Welcome back to Marita Hines Field. Alongside Tori Nerschel, I'm Chad McKee, and we will see a pinch hitter to start the 5th inning for the Sooners. Sammy Skelly will bat for Grace Lyons. Sammy Skelly takes a strike from Allison DeVille, who has retired all 4 batters that she has faced. Only the 3rd official at bat for Sammy Skelly this season. Sammy Skelly out of Lone Grove, Oklahoma. Bidding for her first Sooner hit. This is her first appearance since February the 24th against UC Santa Barbara. And there's ball 3 to Sammy Skelly. In the air, well hit to right. Hudek back, and it's gone. How about your first career hit being your first career home run? That's the kind of night Sammy Skelly is having. 8-1 Oklahoma.
Oh man, gotta love that, huh?
It's the third Sooner home run of the game.
Great job too. Outer half, letting that ball get deep. Extending all the way through so she gets all of it. Great piece of hitting.
Sammy Skelly, Shane Knighton, and Folly of You have all homered for the Sooners in this one. 8-1 is the score. Now Lindsey Elam back up there. Kylie Lundberg batted in this, the number 8 spot, drew a walk and scored in the third. Elam had a sacrifice in the second. Little flare out towards shallow left that's going to fall in for a base hit. So Lindsey Elam keeps the hit parade going. And Reagan Rogers is up next. What a nice play Rogers made, chasing down that fly ball that ended the top half of this inning.
Oh, beautiful. They're doing a really great job offensively for this team this year so far too.
Reagan Rogers batting .345. Pulls this one foul outside of third. And she was good in her playing time last year. 53 games in which she appeared. She batted .319 with a home run and drove in 19. Senior from just down the road in Blanchard. Two and 1. 8-1 Sooners. They've wrapped out 10 hits now. The 3-1 in the air, well hit, right center. Hudek to the track. It's off the top of the wall. Elam had to hold up at second base for fear of the ball being caught. It'll be a double off the wall for Reagan Rogers. And the Sooners now have the run rule run at third base with nobody out. That nearly left.
Oh, I thought it was gone.
Oh, we've got a little north wind, and it's probably just barely enough to keep it in the park. Well, the Raging Cajuns looks like are going to make a pitching change. Runners at second and third and nobody out. Reagan Rogers double sends Louisiana back to the bullpen. We will tell you about the fourth pitcher of the day for the Raging Cajuns when we come back. Third Sooner home run of the day is the first career hit and first career home run for Sammy Skelly. Deep to right and gone. And the airplane touchdown celebration that is tradition at Oklahoma. So the Raging Cajuns will employ their fourth pitcher of this game. It is Casey Dixon who will face Kaylee Clifton. The run rule run is at third base and nobody out here in the fifth inning for the Sooners. Kaylee Clifton 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk in this game. Casey Dixon's first pitch is in there. Well, Allison DeVille was sailing right along. She'd retired every batter that she faced, all 4 of them. And then home run, single, double, and she exits. This is the second appearance of the year for Dixon. She's pitched 1 full inning, given 1 hit and 1 earned run. Kaylee Clifton with Elam at third and Reagan Rogers at second base. 3 balls and a strike now. Alo is on deck. Should it get that far? And there's ball 4 to Kaylee Clifton. So she's been on base 4 times in this game. 2 walks and 2 singles.
Love it.
Alo is 1 for 3, had an RBI single back in the 3rd. Something will happen here. Sooners with a chance to win it in a 5-inning run rule. Alo could finish it. But first, Julie Rawls wants a quick chat with Casey Dixon. Summer Ellison started, went 1+ inning, then Carrie Boswell for an inning and 2/3. DeVille went an inning and a 1/3. And now Casey Dixon. Alo takes outside. Sometimes you get these situations, you know you're going to play a team the next day. And if your ace is struggling just a little bit, you go ahead and get him out of there just to make sure the team doesn't get a good look at her. Is that right?
Absolutely. And especially a night like tonight where it's, chilly. Not that it'll be much better tomorrow.
Alo pops it up. Grimion grabs the first out.
Great opportunity for Sid right here, knowing that Dixon is going to come right at the zone because she has no other option. It'll be key for her just to stay patient until she finds something that she can, hit her hardest, which she's been doing a good job of this entire season thus far.
Romero hits a deep drive to right. Hudek is back. It's down. It's on the warning track, and the Sooners are going to win it. Elam scores from third, and Oklahoma run rules Louisiana 9-1. The walk-off blow coming from Sydney Romero. Her second hit of the day, or of the game, and her 4th hit of the day. So 9-1 will be your final score.
What a finish.
It's time for the Sooner Softball postgame show presented by Bud Light. Enjoy responsibly. Chad McKee, Tori Nerschel with you as the Sooners and Ragin' Cajuns exchange handshakes. They'll play once again tomorrow. So the Sooners get a sweep. They beat Oregon State 3-0. And then in a run rule, 11th ranked Louisiana 9-1. Tori, you said after the first game that Oklahoma needed to take more advantage of the opportunities they were given after stranding so many runners in the first game. They go 7 out of 15 at the plate with runners on base. Mission accomplished?
Oh, absolutely. Phenomenal transition from game 1 to game 2. Really exciting to see that they have that ability to turn it on. Yeah, especially against a good opponent like Louisiana. I mean, traditionally a very good pitcher that we saw in Ellison, and they found a way to shut that down pretty quickly. Yeah, really, really happy with what we saw, all day, but particularly in game 2. Great job on capitalizing on the opportunities that they created for themselves, and it was a lot more fun to watch, and I'm sure more fun for them to play. And
they started taking advantage early with Kaylee Clifton on base in the bottom of the 1st inning. In fact, it was Foley of You touching this one off to deep right center field and gone. So Foley of You having a good start to her season. That's her second home run, 16 RBIs. And then Shay Knighton, to start the bottom of the second inning, clubbed this home run to make it 3-1. Later on in the inning, Nicole Mendez, an RBI double, made it 4-1. And then Sydney Romero continued what she's been doing for about 2 weeks. Kaylee Clifton starts the bottom of the third with this RBI single that scores Shay Knighton. There's Jocelyn Allo scoring Lundberg with that RBI single. It made it 7-1. The most fun moment, first career hit, came in the bottom of the fifth for Sammy Skelly. Pinch hitting, and she leaves the yard.
Oh, man.
How must that feel?
What a first hit. Love it.
So her first Sooner hit is a home run. That made it 8-1. And then you just saw Sid Romero drive this one over the head of the right fielder, chasing home the final run of the ball game. Sooners win it 9-1 over Louisiana. It'll be another win for Giselle Juarez. She goes 5 innings, scatters 5 hits on the day. You see Folia View homered, Shay Knighton homered, and Sammy Skelly hit her first career home run. That's your Taco Mayo game recap, presented by Taco Mayo, fresh Mex, built to order. Let's look at the road ahead, presented by your Central Oklahoma Buick GMC dealers. Sooners will do the same thing tomorrow, just in reverse order. They'll play Louisiana at 2, Oregon State at 4:30. And then the homestand continues in the midweek next week against McNeese. Northwestern, Drake, and Grand Canyon will be next weekend here at Marita Hines Field.